How you doing, VC? How are you today? It is Sunday, April 10th. Hope everyone's doing great. Haven't done a video in a couple of weeks. I wanted to do this one regarding the Oshawa record show that I went to 2 weeks ago. And I know that Robert's on my turntable and Glenn Calloway from the basement were actually at the same record show. But unfortunately, we were probably there at the same time. We just missed each other and didn't see one another. Didn't know they were going, but I wanted to do a follow-up video. They did theirs regarding the finds they made there, and it was really good to be at a record show for the first time in a long time, or, you know, it had been since COVID and 2 years, so it was packed, man. It was amazing how many people were there that day, and good to see. And we had, I think there was a good turnout of vendors as well, not just the usual suspects that you expect to see there in terms of local record stores that, buy space and buy a table, but some private vendors, which is, who you're really wanting to go see at these shows. So you're exposed to some collections that you're not necessarily exposed to when you do your normal digging at the stores in town. But so I picked up 12, I believe, and I wanted to go through those and show you what I picked up. This is the first one I wanted to show. This is a band, local Toronto Canadian band by the name of Flood. This was their first record, and this guy right here goes by the name. His name is Greg Godovitz, and he's been a local Toronto, Southern Ontario rock and roller his whole career, and he got well known, at least for us, as in the band Gatto in the late 70s and 80s. But this was one of his first earlier acts, one of the bigger acts that he was associated with early on. I think he had a band before this as well, but Flood was the first record deal band, I think. Anyway, I think he's about 20 years old there. And this is their debut record from 1971 on the Warner Brothers label. Great. I love that green label of Warner Brothers. Always love that. I don't know why I like that label so much, because it's very plain and simple. I just love that green color, I think. Very army green. Anyway, that was the first thing I found. He was actually there that day. He had a little booth, and he was selling his new CD and his book, Travel with My Amp, so I got him to sign it to David Best Wishes. I've met Greg a few times, but anyway, that's the first pickup, Flood debut. I'll put it down here. Okay, next one I picked up was this live record from 1977, Herbie Hancock's VSOP on Columbia. Two records set, and I mean, like, who isn't on this record with him? Ron Carter on, like, I think, there's, like, I don't know how many people were playing at the show. He would do it, and so on tracks 2, 3, and 4, it's Herbie, Ron Carter on bass, Tony Williams on drums, Wayne Shorter on sax, and Freddie Hubbard on trumpet. And then on tracks 5, 6, and 7, it's Herbie, Buster Williams on bass, Billy Hart drums, Eddie Henderson trumpet, Bernie Maupin on alto flute, Julian Priester on tenor and bass trombone. And then on track 8 and 9, Herbie is playing with Melvin Wawa Watson from the Funk Brothers, I guess, from Motown. Ray Parker Jr. on guitar, Paul Jackson electric bass, Kenneth Nash percussion, Bernie Maupin on tenor and soprano saxophones. There's a lot of players there, so I'm really looking to hear this. I haven't listened to it yet. Just got them all these records all cleaned up and re-sleeved. But yeah, there you have it. That's 1977's live release, Herbie Hancock VSOP. All right, what's the third one I have? Oh, this was interesting. I came across. I got a few from this guy from Quebec. Decided to pick up the Electric Prunes Underground. It was like, as you can see, I think you can see that, $15, and it is in really good shape for a 1967. I believe that this is an original. I mean, I don't think it's first pressing, but it's a 67 pressing. So anyway, electric Prunes, underground. You know, the old garage psych band electric Prunes was the first thing I've ever bought of theirs. So happy to have this and add this to the collection. I know it's a classic, so I always wanted to. I've always seen them in really beaten up condition, so I was really glad to see it in this condition for a good price. Anyway, there you go. Electric Prunes. All right. Here's another one I had to have. Same guy, same vendor from Quebec. Creedence Clearwater Revival's Cosmos Factory from 1970. Their fifth record. It's just a classic. Had to have it. It's my first. And it's on the Fantasy label there. It's an OG pressing from what I understand. Yeah, I just had to have this. I don't have any Creedence in my collection at all. So nice to have this as the first in such good condition. Glad to add this. Okay. Cooking along. Oh yeah, this was a good find too. And for a good price. Had to have. This, I remember, you know, in the 80s when this came out, in the late 80s, 88. Just a phenomenal piece of work. And one of the reasons we all got into REM in the late 80s. What a great record. Glad to have found it. I don't see it all that often out in the wild. Obviously, I had the CD. I just never had it on vinyl, so I was really glad to find this in such great condition. And yeah, green REM. It's number 4 or 5, I think. Where are we? Oh, yeah. (1979's classic, self-titled George Harrison. Not much you need to say about this one. It's one of those Harrison records that will always forever stand the test of time. Just maybe one of his masterpieces, I don't know. All Things Must Pass in this one. You know, I think there's an argument to be made for that, but really glad to have found it in such amazing shape and inner sleeves and the whole bit. George Harrison from 1979. Now, this is one I know nothing about. I mean, I love Lou Reed, and I have a number of his records, but I don't know the first thing about The Bells. Have not listened to it yet. This is 1979 as well. Have not listened to it yet. It's all cleaned up and ready to go. Really interested to hear this. Yeah, I don't know why I don't know anything about this, being a Lou Reed, well, decent fan anyway. I'm not crazy, but obviously not well enough, not huge enough fan to even know anything about this record. So looking forward to spinning this. I love that front cover. Love oh man. The makeup under the eyes just make him look like he hasn't slept in about a month and a half. But anyway, glad I found it. A little scuffed there. I didn't even notice that actually when I first picked it up. I don't know why. But anyway, it was a good price. I think it was $12, so I'm not going to complain. And the record's in amazing shape. So Lou Reed from 1979, The Bells. If anyone knows anything about this, let me know what you think of it. I'm looking forward to hearing it. Okay. Oh, yes. The debut record of Procol Harum in September of 1967. My birth year and month, early September. This was released 4 days before I was born. You know, it's a OG on Dirham. Amazing record. And, you know, obviously A Whiter Shade of Pale was added to this. This is the North American release. In my case, it's Canada, but US, A Whiter Shade of Pale was not on the UK original release of this record. It was a single, but it wasn't on this album. And, yeah, so anyway, a classic. Fantastic records in really good shape. Glad to be able to add this to the collection as well. Minute down here. Okay. This is another record I know nothing about and just picked it up. Isaac Hayes' Don't Let Go from 79. There's a lot of records from 79 in this grouping. But I think there's only 5 songs on this entire record. So I'm interested in giving this a spin. I have not spun it yet. Everything's cleaned up and ready to go, but I haven't spun it. Really interested in listening to this. Yeah, every song seems to be like 7 and 8 and 10 minutes long, so looking forward to hearing it. Isaac Hayes' Don't Let Go from 1979. Okay, the 10th record I picked up. Weather Report, Black Market from 1976. This is also the very first record with Jaco Pastorius on bass on this, on this record. So this is an outstanding record. Always liked it, so glad I was able to find it in such amazing shape. And everything is incredible on this. The jacket's in fantastic shape. There's nothing wrong with this record. I mean, it's just perfect. So I was really happy to find that on that Sunday and looking forward to spinning it. I have heard this a number of times on whether it's streaming or CD, but really happy to find it on vinyl finally on the Columbia label. And Jaco Pastorius' debut with Weather Report. That's 10. Number 11. I have not completed my Kate Bush search yet, but I'm really happy to find this on. I mean, I've seen this out in the wild a number of times, but never in this kind of shape. This live EP she put out in 1979 on Harvest here in North America or Canada. Great live EP, and really happy to find it in such amazing condition. So happy to add this to the collection as well. Just love everything about Kate, and she was just incredible in her how young she was at the time, but such a mature songwriter, unbelievable. Anyway, Kate Bush on stage. And coming in at number 12. The debut for Bruford, the band Bruford, after Yes and King Crimson, Bill Bruford. Well, after King Crimson went on their hiatus, Bruford, Bill put together this band. And this is the debut from 78? 78. With Alan Holdsworth on guitar, Dave Stewart keyboards, and Jeff Berlin on bass. Good record, really good record. Polydor. This is rounding out. I don't think I have everything Bruford did, as there's not many. I just have to find, which one do I have to find? I'm trying to remember. I have Feels Good. Now I have this. I have the Bruford tapes. I have Gradually Go. Oh, it's the One of a. Oh no, I do have One of a Kind. Okay, I have them all. I have them all. This is it. Happy to have the fifth one. Sorry. So yeah, from 1976, the debut of Bruford. Fantastic record, and it was lacking in my. I just hadn't, 78, sorry, not 76, 1978. I just hadn't found it in great condition, and this one certainly is. So there you have it, Vinyl Community, my Oshawa record show haul, 12 records. There was a 13th as a CD. It was Greg Godovitz's newest solo record I decided to pick up as well. But there you have it. Sunday, March 27th was the show. Grabbed 12 vinyl and 1 CD. Had a great day. I wish I had seen Robert on my turntable and Glenn Calloway. Next time, though. Vicar of Vinyl out of here.